In this Multiversus video, we're going to talk about the best perks to use with Garnet in Multiverses. Now you can see I already have a notification on screen here saying you've got new perks to train. I'm going to select the collection, and then from the collection I'm going to select Garnet. Here she is. We can see we're now in the train perks menu. You will unlock this when you're leveling up your Garnet character. Now from this menu I'm going to select the train perks. Here we've got our lower level perks. You can select 3 per match. We have offense, defense and utility. And in each section we have Garnet's known perks. These are the ones you're most likely going to have as a lower level Garnet when you're first getting started with her. And then you have the unlocked perks from other characters. These are perks, as it says on the tin, that you've unlocked when using other characters. And then you have all other perks. Now the all other perks and the unlocked perks from other characters you can train for Garnet to use by selecting that perk and then selecting train perk. It will cost you an amount of gold, and you will be able to see this here at the bottom of the screen. You can see this one costs 100 gold. Now that we've taken all that into consideration in the lower level perk section, let's talk about the best perks to use with Garnet in Multiverses. Let's go! Now there are 3 perks in this section that I would say are the best perks to use with Garnet. And the first one is definitely 100% going to be Painted Target. I'm going to select Painted Target now. I'm going to train this for Garnet because this is definitely the best perk to use with Garnet in the offense section. The other 2 that you could mix and match with would be Deadshot and Percussive Punch. Deadshot, your team deals 5% increased damage with projectiles, 10% increased if your ally also selects this perk. Going to select that as well, as it's going to be one of the best perks to use with Garnet. And of course in the third spot, if you will, would be Percussive Punch. Your team deals 5% increased damage with attacks that knock back enemies horizontally. Because Garnet uses a projectile that knocks back a player horizontally and also a finisher for her hit stun melee attack that also knocks a player horizontal, this is going to be great here for using with Garnet. I also didn't go over the Painted Target attributes as well. The Painted Target is your team deals 5% increased damage when hitting enemies that are in hit stun. Of course, when you're using Garnet's main melee attacks, this encounters a hit stun for that enemy that you're attacking. So this is why Painted Target is definitely one to pick. And of course, if your ally selects this, you're getting that 10% increased damage. Now that we've covered offense, let's get into defense. The best perks to use with Garnet in the defense section. This one's a little bit tricky, but I'm going to make it very simple for you here when you're making your selection and giving you some insights. Now the defense section is going to be based on your play style. It's how you play with Garnet. If you're struggling with being wrung out quite often, then of course you can select the Stronger Than Ever. Your team receives armor for 5 seconds after respawning. So after you've just been wrung out, when you respawn, you will have that armor. So if you're struggling with being in the center of the map and taking a lot of damage, that's the Stronger Than Ever that you can select. And then of course there is a School Me Once. If you're getting hit by projectiles quite often, your team receives a projectile block buff for 2 seconds after being knocked back by a projectile. But if you're good with projectiles and you're not getting wrung out quite often, I would say for Garnet, select the Kryptonian skin. Although it seems quite odd to select the Kryptonian skin for Garnet, it's great for a team match with 2 players that are good at not getting knocked back often and not getting wrung back often. Maybe you're going for a long game and you're really good with Garnet, then I would select the Kryptonian skin. This is definitely one of the best perks to use with Garnet for that reason if you're a Garnet main, and that's the perk that I select even though I'm not a Garnet main, so that's how I know that it's good for Garnet mains when you're using the defense perks with Garnet. Now that we've covered defense, let's get into utility and let's talk about the best perks to use with Garnet in the utility section. Now in the utility section there are 2 perks that I like to use with Garnet, and those 2 perks are number 1 right here in a single bound. Your team receives 10% increased jump speed. The reason why I like to use this with Garnet quite often is because there is a special up move with Garnet that really does come in handy in some situations if the enemy is up in the air, and having that increased jump speed is definitely helpful when you need to quickly get that counter off for a player that's about to either slam into you or maybe do an air attack. So in single bound is definitely one to use with Garnet for me, in my opinion. Also gets you out of a pickle because you can then use, for example, Garnet's star, and you can teleport to her star if you've jumped quickly enough to then use that special move as well. So you can use her special in the air. That will make sense in a moment when we do some gameplay. And of course another one, 100% definitely a fan favorite, Coffeezilla. Having that team 10% reduced ability cooldown duration. It's definitely quite helpful because Garnet's abilities can require a little bit of thinking power, so CoffeeZilla is definitely one to use with Garnet in Multiverses. Now that we've covered those lower level perks, let's get into the signature perk and what I think is the best perk to use with Garnet in this section here. So in the signature perk section, you can select one signature perk per match. For this section, marker is not the one that I select. Here's why. The gem dash is a move that places a marker that you can teleport to, and if your ally runs into it, you can then teleport to your ally, and it's very helpful in some situations. For example, if you're falling off the arena or if you're going for a sneak quick attack on an enemy player. Now the gem dash is great when you have control over it because of that cooldown, but if you don't have control over the gem dash because you're using a rocket punch, which is then leaving your marker, you are then left without that ability. You've used that ability, so you either have to teleport to it, an ally can run into it, or it's just in a position which you have not placed it in because you've used your rocket punch, which is the reason why I like to select Electric Groove as the best signature perk to use with Garnet in this section here, as it leaves me with control over my marker, over my gem dash, so I can place it wherever I feel it should go, as opposed to using a rocket punch in a situation for a quick move to get out of a pickle. Maybe I'm being pushed by an enemy and now I've got my marker left there for no reason. So basically the Electric Groove is what I like to select for this section here. Now that we've gone over the perks and we've gone over the best perks to use with Garnet in Multiverses, let's get into a match and let's show you how this is done. Let's go. Let's press play, going into a team game, let's confirm. Let's go, baby. The character I'm going to select is Garnet.
Oh, I promise you've made the right choice.
Oh, okay. Okay, about to select our perks. Yep, I'm good.
Hope your head is harder than my hammer.
Jump in. Where's he going?
Here's the witness. What's up, Doc?
This Shaggy's getting us.
Hey, right.
Some of that knockback.
I'm getting mad.
Oops. That's the wrong button now.
The creep that did that. Hey, right. Did that hurt? Good. I'll take a whack at it. Got a bruise, pal. That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Hold up.
I don't know whether I'm very angry or very pissed.
What happened, huh?
Maybe both. Hey, that's not funny.
He's gone.
Match point. Blue team.
Okay, Doc. You got me fair and square.
Thank you.
Stay down.
Watch my feet.
Hey, right.
What is Shaggy doing, man? Boom.
I would like to meet your dog one day. Manage to satiate your hunger.
Let's see if they rematch.
Rematch?
Is everyone ready?
Okay.
They're come for the rematch. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Wonder Woman! Holy smokes! Crowd knows nothing. Win at bat! I'll take a whack at it.
That was a lucky shot.
Somebody call a doctor!
By the might of Olympus! You're going down!
I don't know whether I'm very angry or very impressed. Or maybe both. Coming down!
Violence a bombardier.
I sense chaos in you.
Spike Lloyd.
Match point. Red team.
Nothing will stop me this time.
Crowd knows nuts.
By the goddess! Get down!
Somebody call a doctor!
Match point. Blue team.
Ow, ow. That sucks.
Victory.
And we pulled it out. Nice clean win there. I'm not sure what the other player on my team was doing at some parts of that, but I'm not going to auto-form a team. So there we have it, guys. That's how you use Garnet's perks. Those are the best perks to use with Garnet, in my opinion. What is your opinion? What do you think are the best perks to use with Garnet? Comment down below. Let me know. Also, smash that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. There's a lot more where this came from. You should see some of that content on screen right now. Check that out. And remember, you are awesome. See you in the next one.